With turnips, I don't personally think it's really worth it because of the size of the actual turnip. But if you want to, I mean, the picture here on bobvila.com is not terrible. Their turnips look better than mine. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, the rutabaga is a long season crop,
Mm-hmm.
so I get getting ahead of it. Um, I saw a video, a short video, I think on YouTube from Charles Dowding, King of No Dig, and he had some turnips in seed sales that he had started, and so I said, "Hey, Charles, Chuck, if you will." Um, I thought to myself, I wonder if he's growing them for the bottoms or if he's growing them for the leaves. Because I've heard, just like this list says, don't start them indoors, direct sow them. Um, yeah,
Charles
I'm gonna
Dowding
go
is the
with
bane of
direct
my
sow them.
existence.
I'm gonna go with direct sow them just to be your opposition in this. No, I mean obviously the evidence is there. If you've been able to successfully start them indoors and transplant them, obviously that
To
can work. I imagine again when they're very young, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. A month. I leave them in about a month and then I plant them out.
Hmm.
Um, the reason why I say Charles Dowding is the bane of my existence is he's always talking about this no dig business, but what
Hmm.
you neglect is one, he lives in a climate that's like always moist and gets
Hmm.
really good decomposition. And
Hmm.
I was talking to the guys at the compost farm that I use, and he's the same thing. He's like, man, he's like, the climate's so different. It's nice and cool. It's not hot. It's,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
just the perfect thing. And I feel like it's short sighted because it's like, hey, you could do this too. And it's like, man, it doesn't necessarily work that way. But I know
Yeah,
it's
I left.
sacrilegious to talk bad about Charles Dowding. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I don't feel one way or another. Um,
That's why we're good friends.
yeah, well, about this in particular,
Yeah.
everything else, but so if you go to Be Better Garden, there is a video. It's like a couple of minutes long. Of me like with this epic carrot harvest. It's like in December last year, the last of my carrots for the year, and I quite literally still have some left. But I left maybe 4 or 5 carrots in the front yard. And I can remember someone commenting saying, just leave everything in place and let it, decompose over the winter. And you and I probably talked about this on the podcast. It's like, yeah, that sounds good, but for almost all the roots, they don't,
Right.
right? They will, I'll pull out the full whatever it is. And with these carrots, which you hear people saying, oh, and you can go leave the carrots in ground, the snow insulates them. The snow and all of the dampness here in Chicago turn those carrots to mush. Now maybe there was a period like in January that I could have gone out there and
Yeah.
get them, but I'm going to tell you that by the time I got to February and I went digging around,
What,
no,
nothing left?
yeah, oh no, it was there, but again,
Oh.
it was orange mush. You know.
All right. So, and the days to harvest for turnips is 60, and then rutabagas is, they say 90, but I've gone longer. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
just know that. So the next one, as we're gonna lump these two together,
Thank you.
winter squash and zucchini. What say you?
Best recommendation is to direct sow them, but I am not opposed to, and depending on the year, I'll start them indoors. When I first started the majority of my plants indoors, I started both of these indoors. And again, it's I got a guaranteed plant compared to what may happen when I'm outside. So I feel like I've never had any trouble transplanting either of these because, again, I've transplanted them when they were young. And again, going back, I've bought specifically for like zucchini, I've bought transplants from your home improvement store and they produced. Now, again, I am putting an asterisk around maybe it's a stronger, healthier plant if it kind of defends for itself and you've direct sowed it. I don't know for certain though.
Yeah, well, first of all, zucchini, I have to transplant. So the
Hmm.
whole thing with a squash vine borer, ladies and gentlemen, is you got
Yeah.
to get that harvest before they start hatching. And the only way I can do that is if I start them inside a month before my last frost date. That's the only way I can do it. And this is one where I failed over many years, and it actually hindered me because I was a staunch believer in no, you can't do that. But when I started looking at it and I said, well, what's the problem here? Why am I not getting a harvest? And it's like, okay, well, it's the squash vine borers getting it. And I said, well, how do I defeat that? Because I've tried spraying it. I've tried wrapping it in tinfoil. I've tried injecting it with BT. I've tried everything you can think of, and I still lose them. So I said, well, let me get my harvest before they come. So the way that it times out for me is I get the harvest, and as I start getting the harvest, the vine borer kicks in, and by the time the vine borer takes the plant, the harvest is about done.